E aí galera, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo. Hoje eu trago pra vocês Game of Thrones Telltales. Nossa, fugiu o nome por um momento. Na verdade foi um pedido eu gravar esse jogo pra vocês. Então, vamos lá. Eu acho que é porque assim, tá no hype, né? A nova série que conta aí sobre a história dos Targaryens e tal. Então, tipo, vamos fazer Targaryen, tipo, a história da Daenerys. Nossa, tu joga... Que assim, tem vários capítulos que vai contando a história, você joga com o personagem principal e tal. Eu não joguei, tá? Isso é o que eu li. Então, vamos começar. Unfinished episodes are... You should start this episode. Choose will be regenerated for unfinished episodes. Ok. Então, tipo assim, é como se eu tivesse escolhas. Tipo assim, as ações que eu tomo nos episódios anteriores afetam os episódios posteriores, tá ligado? Aparentemente. Ah, tá bom. Sejamos francos, melhor personagem. Tyrion. Pode ser uma opinião meio solitária minha, mas ele é um ótimo personagem, fala sério. É basicamente o que eu falei antes, que as ações que você toma afetam a história. Por milhares de anos, a casa Forrester tem sido leal à casa Stark. Mano, é complicado. Se você não sabe inglês, você vai ter uma dificuldadezinha pra jogar o jogo, tá ligado? Porque eu procurei, mas não tem em português. Pelo menos eu não achei. Na verdade, foi até meio difícil eu achar o jogo. Então...
The great Jamie Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set free by the women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know. Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Go on. It's only blood.
Calma aí que eu tô burro. É só fazer isso. Eu fiz, não sei porque não foi da
Now
primeira vez.
that is a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next he'll tell us he caught Tyrion too.
You think he's lying?
Nor never lets the truth stand in the way of a good story.
You captured the Kingslayer.
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What'd I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story, which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries.
Ok.
His honor is beyond reproach, and House Tully is forever in his debt. You've never seen a field ploughed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate.
Não quero beber não, valeu.
To Rob Stark, the King in the North!
The King in the
North! Tomorrow,
Pelo
we march
Rob
on
Stark, dá pra
Casterly
beber
Rock,
uma.
and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
The North remembers!
Aye!
Cara, escolha. The Never Remembers. Eu não tô muito preparado pra ler o bagulho e escolher uma resposta inteligente, tá
Keep
ligado?
an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
What do you mean?
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you?
Let me fight for you, my lord.
You've more than proven your ability on the battlefield. No man would question that. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett. Your hard work has paid off.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but it's long overdue.
Arrogance doesn't become you, Garrett. Perhaps I misjudge your readiness for this honor.
Eita!
Now go
Foi
and find
piadinha,
Roderick
mano.
if you can.
O pessoal não
mano.
gosta
Thank you.
de sarcasmo nessa época aí não. O maluco já me deu uma julgada já.
Bloody hell. Empty. Squire! Fetch us more wine!
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Make it up to you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have been a squire longer than you.
So?
I outrank you. You should help me. Fetch more wine, scrub my armor, clean my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norrin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once. He's a drunk, a liar, and an arrogant prick.
You'd better watch your tongue, boy. It could be much
What
worse.
the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norrin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Ah, pig farmers. All I'm saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life. All in wine around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
Not me.
What?
Tomorrow I ride with Roderick and Lord Forrester.
Sir Garrett the fucking Great. Unbelievable. Maybe if my uncle were Castellan, I'd be getting promoted too.
Who my uncle is has nothing to do with it.
He's got Lord Forrester's ear, doesn't he? I'm sure it didn't hurt.
How much further?
It's right over there.
House of Frey. The Red Wedding. Casamento vermelho, mano.
Take your time.
O casamento
You
sangue.
lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood.
Fucking phrase.
Nice night for a wedding. Not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters. Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett.
Ih, mano, vamos mudar a história. Vamos mudar a história da série. Tô nem aí.
What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush. But what about... What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you? What's the rush?
They've got weapons.
Who brings fucking weapons to a
We
wedding?
need to find Roderick. He's out there by himself.
Eu tentei, né, galera? Eu tentei. Foi em vão.
We need to get back to camp!
Me respeita, rapaz. Seu esquivador.
Roderick! Darren, we have to get back! Get from the...
Ok, o que eu faço? Aparece alguma coisa? Aparece? Aparece? Ah, pô, eu sou burrão, mano. Tinha uma bolinha, né? Só colocar em cima do bagulho branco. Agora que eu entendi.
Ready, boys! Whoa!
Pula de cara na galera.
What?
Opa. Eu morri. Eu tentei! Ai, eu... Mano, eu tô confuso contra os botões. Ah, tá. Vai me dar outra chance pra eu morrer de novo, porque eu não.
Whoa! Shoot that one!
Pensei que já ia dar continuidade. Aqui. Ah, mano. É porque tava L. Só que esse é o R. O analógico que eu tô usando. É por isso que me confundiu. Agora eu entendi. Agora a gente vai conseguir. Vai ficar tudo bem, gente. Vai ficar tudo bem. Calma. A gente vai conseguir. O que eu ia falar? Eu jurava que a história ia continuar. Tipo assim. Ai, morreu. Então ele falhou. Então...
Ready, boys!
Isso aí vai influenciar na história. Mas não...
Whoa! Shoot that one!
Meu, sai, pai.
What? Look out!
Eu abaixei! Eu abaixei! Perdi o escudo. Não é bem um jogo, né? Mais uma historinha, mas é mais intenso do que eu esperava. Tudo bem. Telltale, né? Realmente é pra contar história, mas...
Garrett, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Eba. Agora eu vou conseguir jogar de verdade? Não, né?
You fucking traitor!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
Tentei pegar a espada e não consegui. 2 vezes. Eu botei certinho no bagulho. Tá bom? Nem me culpar.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Walder Frey says time. Don't run,
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors.
Walder Frey says
You have to go.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you.
Tell your uncle.
Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost.
Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those foresters.
On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters! With love, Walder Frey.
A espada voando ali, ou a impressão? Mete o pé, irmão. Não entendeu? Oxe, leva a espada. Vou tomar frag, porque essa música provavelmente tem direitos autorais. Não, eu apertei start. Pensei que ia passar, mas não. Iron Furnace. Ferro pro gelo. Eu tenho que falar com meu tio. Qual que era o nome dele? Aquele que lembra direitinho das coisas do...
Lord.
fresh.
Tem um porco aqui, né? Obrigado, já ia perguntar, não posso olhar pra frente não, tem que ficar olhando o que tu quer que eu olhe. Eu apertei pra olhar. Ah. Entendi. Ele tinha que chegar no
That's
certo.
Father's car.
Eita. Tem uns caras rindo.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this. Winter may be coming, but at least he'll have his bacon. Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. Unless you want to get fed to the fucking pigs.
I'm going to kill you.
Is that so? You can try if you like, and then we'll feed you to the pigs.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he like a proper lordly sword like that.
No.
Foco,
I'll have
moleque.
that sword, boy.
Fuck you.
Vambora. Ai, mano, essa parada. Isso não é um jogo. Se eu estivesse controlando o maluco num jogo normal, eu teria dado uma surra nessa galera.
Pathetic. You really are a pig farmer, aren't you?
Pega outra arma, meu querido. Não fica olhando, não. O pessoal é retardado. Pega a espada. Pega a espada. Pega. Soltou. Aqui. Toma vergonha na cara, mano.
Mercy, please,
Mata.
I beg of you. I have a family. They'll
Não me
never
importa.
survive without me.
Tô nem aí.
I have no quarrel with you.
Você é um bosta.
Please! Lord Whitehill will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Por que que eu não matei? Dava pra matar. Dava pra matar. Tinha que ter matado. Mano, eu tenho uma raiva desses jogos.
Father?
Garrett, you survived.
Claro, rapaz, me respeita. Sou eu que tô
Your
controlando.
sister. Oh, she hid. I tried to stop them.
Eu sei que você tentou, papai. Eu sei. Morreu. Incompetência é o nome do jogo. Não, tô zoando. Caraca, que vacilo, mano. Não, lógico que eu viver numa época dessa aí
I'll
e
kill the
tal.
man who did
Mano,
this.
é maior pressão, tá ligado? E lutar de espada não é um bagulho muito fácil, não. A gente fica aí viajando. Não, é facinho. Não, mano. Tipo, o bagulho é pesado. Tipo, pra você fazer os movimentos sem deixar você totalmente aberto e tal. Vulnerável, tá ligado? É um bagulho bem complicado, né? Pra você dominar a luta de espada. Já assim, aí ele usou o escudo pra parar as flechas. Mano, o escudo não é usado desse jeito, tá ligado? Na realidade, o escudo, ele é pra, tipo,
Get the Castellan!
pegar meio que de lado, assim, pra, tipo, esquivar as espadas e tal. Você não pega dano direto, porque o dano direto fura o escudo. E o teu braço tá atrás do escudo, né? Então, tipo, não é bem assim que funciona.
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
É.
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
Podia jurar que eu ia jogar
Blade
com...
cut deep, but I
com
should be
Tyrion.
able to save your leg.
Agradeço. se
Your
puder.
justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
They attacked me. I had no choice but to defend myself.
Of course. And we can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Delícia. Amo que eu vou botar verme na minha ferida para ajudar a evitar.
These are dark days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Although I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
Tá bem pra caramba, hein?
Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
Don't stop it now, 'cause I got a little time. I give it up. Don't stop it now. Primeiro a gente vai ver a cadeira. Uau, a cadeira. Agora a gente vai ver a janela. Uau, uma janela. É, tá.
The Ironwood Grove.
Ah, tem como descer, não? Ah, mentira, que eu vou ter que subir de novo. Ah, tem outra escada aqui.
Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Mirror. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home. Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately. Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now.
Ah, esse é o Lord Ethan.
Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son. Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him. Gregor the Good. Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
É, minha gente. É esse o ponto que
You
chegamos.
seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maestro.
Touch. Que eu sou...
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I guess.
Roubei mesmo. Roubar as alfafas aqui também.
Ismael.
Isso aí, irmão. Enche o bolso de coisa. Entendi. Então posso...
I may be mistaken. You do seem able to put weight on it. Keep moving. I need to see you walk. No, you see there? You're limping again.
I'm fine, really.
Tá bom. Vou só falar.
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
Hum.
Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course.
Of course.
At the
Claro.
Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Tá com beijo, tá com beijo.
Off to
Pega
bed
logo,
now.
irmão.
Hurry on.
Eita. Leva pra cama. Calma, Yuri. Eita, o que vai
Garrett was
acontecer?
just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He loved his family, my lady. He was very proud of Roderick.
Yet he was unable to save him.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything...
I'm sorry, my lady. Nothing could be done to save him.
He was House Forrester's best.
Te falo que nesse jogo tá todo mundo confuso, então nem sei.
This has been so
Roderick pode
incredibly
estar vivo e eu
difficult
nem
for
sei,
us,
mano.
especially the children. But I was told.
A probabilidade
I was
do
told
Roderick
you
estar
were the
vivo é
last
muito
to see
grande,
my
porque tá
husband
rolando
alive.
muito em cima disso.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember.
He mentioned something about the North Grove.
The North Grove. What of it?
He said
Putz.
the North Grove must never be lost.
The North Grove.
Putz.
Interesting.
Eu pensei sem querer! Foi sem
I see.
querer!
You have the Forester's sword.
Ethan should have it, now that he is Lord.
Lord Forrester asked me to return it to the house. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression.
Eu revelei um segredo sem querer. Eu revelei um segredo muito sem querer.
This was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the White Hills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution.
They killed my family!
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
We should demand justice!
Aye. Justice on their terms. Which means they'll have your head.
Justice is taken, not demanded. Then what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
It wasn't murder! It was justice!
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take. Which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
You can't send me away!
We have no choice, Garrett.
Where would you have the boy go?
The one place that's safe, beyond the reach of the Boltons.
You're sending him to the wall? The boy's done nothing wrong!
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution.
Beleza, meu avô.
I'll do what's best for the house. So I'll go. I'm not afraid.
Eu já contei um segredo aí que eu não devia, então melhor... melhor meter o pé mesmo.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food.
Eu contei o segredo sem querer, gente. Não me julga, tá? Desculpa. É muita pressão. Ok. Então a gente vai pra wall. Pro muro. A muralha. Eu tava tentando lembrar
Word
qual
up
que é
to
a
me.
tradição.
I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given the chance. I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first.
Beleza,
Lord
irmão.
Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
I'll do what's best.
Which often isn't what's easiest, but necessary nonetheless.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed. if ever.
You said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way.
I assume you kept your word.
No.
You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett.
I told Lady Forrester, and Maester Ortengrin overheard.
I appreciate your honesty. But Lord Forrester's message was not meant for their ears. I'll speak with Lady Forrester, and I'll deal with the Maester. He's the last person I would trust with this information. Which is why, from this day forward, this must be our secret. Soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house.
Okay.
But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Okay.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
Ah, mano, pelo menos eu consegui falar pra ele que eu caguei no pau, né? Que tipo, contei o segredo sem querer, todo Zé Ruela.
Garrett, wait!
Itch.
Be safe.
Tô todo mancando. Vou pra muralha lutar contra os undead. É. Acabou o primeiro capítulo? Não.
Ethan? Ethan!
Eita, agora a gente é o reizinho.
Couldn't find him. Could you?
O lordezinho.
He hides too well, and if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I'm here. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
I don't care what he says. I can protect you.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah! Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that, please. Just be you. I like you the way you are.
Fica sério.
I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I promise I won't change.
Good, because I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oathbreakers.
Aye! And look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have you back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan.
Lord Whitehill, please.
I'm not finished! Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men? And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
He was defending his family as any man would. But your men murdered them all.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
We haven't seen him. He was never here.
You little liar. I will find him. By the gods, you better hope I do, because if I don't, I'm holding you responsible. And you'll answer for what he's done. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Sou logo Cessi. Tô aqui, ó. Só. Mano. Vai, pô. Só vai. Faz o que tu quiser, irmão. Faz o que tu quiser.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were
Claro,
brave,
irmão.
my
Sou
son.
gênio.
But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once. Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Vamos pegar tudo, mano.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. Ethan made this for me.
Eita. Tá bom, tinha outra opção. Ah, tá. Ah, pra ler.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Ai. esse aqui ainda.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Helena.
Ah, tá. A gente já viu tudo que tem no chest, no baú.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Que morreu.
I hope to see them all someday.
Ele morreu, garoto. Ele morreu, desiste. Parece que um passarinho com... Eita, cadê meu cursor?
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Ah.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Meio tempo.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Eita.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
You were eavesdropping?
No, not at all. I was just passing by and I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another. Good luck.
Nossa, tô ficando tenso. Eu vou fazer besteira sem querer. Eu já vi que eu vou fazer besteira sem querer. Por que eu tô jogando esse jogo?
You can do this.
Mata Cersei.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent to ask which king deserves your loyalty, if you have any loyalty at all? Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would...
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Não tô aqui pra te encorajar, ô sua otária.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Por que que o tiro tá pensando no Chuck?
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the North.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Eita.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Horrível.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly.
Ah.
You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
É da opção pra ser traído, né? Mas...
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, And I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Galera, esse vídeo já está bem grande, então eu vou deixar por aqui. Vou até parar. O nome do jogo, Game of Thrones, Telltales, vocês podem procurar aí, baixar. Eu tentei comprar na Steam, não tinha, então, tipo, fui, joguei no Google, achei um torrent, baixei e foi isso, tá ligado? Mas, enfim, vocês podem procurar aí pra jogar e tal. Bem interessante, curti bastante. Realmente me deu uma vontade de voltar a assistir Game of Thrones. Eu ainda não comecei a assistir o... Nossa, esse novo! Eu esqueci o nome! Por quê? Enfim, mas agora eu tô bem mais animado pra começar a assistir. Eu tava esperando também juntar uns episódios e tal, porque, né? Mas é isso, galera, espero que vocês tenham curtido. Se vocês gostaram, deixa o like, compartilha com os amigos, se inscreva no canal se vocês não são inscritos. A gente se vê na próxima, valeu, tchau, tchau.